What up, agents? Prime here. Thursday, new episode of What Hits Harder. Today, Strained versus Killer. Are you ready? Let's go! What up, guys? Welcome to another Division 2 video. Thanks for clicking my content. Really appreciate you watching it. And today is the third episode of What Hits Harder. And we're gonna discuss Strained versus Killer on the higher RPM guns. Yes, guys, everybody loves to play with the higher RPM gun, getting out that damage as fast as possible. That FAMAS, that M4, the F2000, the CTAR, or even the Carbine 7. And today we're gonna test out those two weapon talents on an M4, guys. Almost maxed out M4. I'm gonna show you in a little bit, but let's head over to the build first. This is the build that I will be using from now on every episode of What Hits Harder. 3 pieces of Providence, of course the best in slot pieces for my gloves and knee pads, and the GOOO holster, giving me the stats of 55.6% critical hit chance and a 178.3% critical hit damage. This will be the build that I'll be rocking and testing on. So let's start with Strain, guys. As you can see, I rolled it on my M4, almost maxed out, 0.5% away from that health damage. This will mean on paper you will get 50% critical hit damage if you are firing for 2.5 seconds. So let's see what happens if we test that out on an M4. As I just said, we're testing it out on Elite, on Heroic. It's on 10 meters, only doing a body shot, and will full clip that enemy, or at least until he's dead. So let's start with Strain. Shooting it, and it has almost 595k on a body damage for a critical hit shot. We're not counting that higher, that 700, because that's only on health. No, we're counting the first few shots on the body armor. This will only give us around 600k a bullet, or yeah, 595. But did you notice next to the gun you will see Strained active, or yeah, the procs active from Strained. As you can see next to my gun, that's 0-0. If we start firing, that will go up to that max cap of 5. So that means you will get that 50% critical hit damage. So let's see what happens if we shoot at an enemy. Shooting at an enemy, and there it is. Only getting up to 4 stacks with an M4, 850 rounds a minute. The FAMAS will even do it faster. So we're not proccing the full ability of Strained. And then again, if you stop firing for only 0.1 seconds or 1 millisecond, however you like to call it, it will need to proc again. You will start at that 0 again. So you need to proc all the way up to that 5 caps again, or that 5 stacks again, to get your power back, or the most damage output that is possible with Strain. So let me show you again. Even when the enemy dies, you don't have to reload. It steps back to 0. If you shoot an enemy and you need to reload, it steps back to 0. So you always have to start proccing your Strained. As you saw, it's around 600k a bullet, 595 on a crit body shot. And let me slow it down a little bit for you. As you can see, most of the shots are 595k, and just before we break his armor, we hit 3 bullets with 615k. So most of the shots are around that 600k crit shot. So there we are again, guys, and I switched over to Killer. As you can see, same gun, just only switched over the talent, and the stats are exactly the same. That 55.6% critical hit chance and at 178.3% critical hit damage. But of course, now with Killer on there, and Killer gives us killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 40% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. So on paper that's 10% lower than strained. But as we saw on the higher RPM guns, you will not utilize the full power of strained. You will only get up to the 40%. Same as killer, but killer will give you instant 40% instead of going up to that 40% just like strain did. But of course we need to take out an enemy before we're getting this damage. So let's switch over to the shooting range again. Elite, heroic, 10 meters, doing a full clip of body shots. Let's see. Of course the first one is without killer. And yeah, just like we thought, that's 574. So that's around 20k lower a bullet than if you are using it with strained. But let's see what happens if we proc, of course, killer. There it is, we killed one. And as you can see, I'm reloading and he's dying. It still keeps proccing. And as you can see on the right side, I'm gonna slow it down for you a little bit. 657k on a body shot, guys. When we slow down the clip with killer proc, you will see every crit shot will hit for 657k. Where strained hit 595 up on armor break, where we had a few 615s. So most of the shots with strained are 595, where all of the shots with killer procced hits for 657. So this not only procs every time that you kill another enemy with a critical hit shot, but it also does 60k more a bullet on the body with a critical hit shot. And that is a lot. You will do a lot more overall damage than with strained. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. This concludes episode 3 of What Hits Harder. And please let me know in the comments down below what you think about this video, and of course what you like to see in the future or the next episode of What Hits Harder. This episode was inspired by a comment of the Mad Scotsman in my last video. But for today, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And of course the notification bell. PurePrime out!